Good morning, not morning, good afternoon, Ankit. Yes, Surpreet, good afternoon. So, open your this part, the advent of Mahatma Gandhi. I'm giving you 3 to 4 minutes for joining the students, then I will start. Only 6 students join, and I'm taking your attendance. Okay, so you must join the class properly. Okay, I'm starting. Okay. So those who already joined the class, open this part, the advent of Mahatma Gandhi. Advent means arrival. Okay, when Mahatma Gandhi arrived India, that for from that time the what happened. Uh, so details is given. The advent of Mahatma Gandhi. It is in these circumstances that Mahatma Gandhi emerged as a mass leader. Mass means a big leader. Okay, you can say mass leader. That means mass means huge. Okay, you may know Gandhiji aged 46. That means when he was 46, arrived in India 1915 from South Africa. So from this line, MCQs may become or one word answer may become. Okay, MCQs is very much means maximum chances that MCQ must become. So 1915 from South Africa, having led Indians in that country in non-violent marches against racial restrictions. Racial restrictions means racist restrictions means restrictions on the color. Okay, color means here white Britishers and the normal people. Okay, so this is the against racist restrictions. So racist restrictions here are the Britishers mainly. He was already a respected leader, known internationally. His South African campaigns had brought him in contact with various types of Indians. So he was already a respected leader, we know, and known internationally. That means Gandhiji's name not only spreaded throughout the India but also foreign. That's why internationally. Okay, so his South African campaigns had brought him in contact with various types of Indians. Hindus, Muslims, Parsis, and Christians, Gujaratis, Tamils, and North Indians, and upper class merchants, lawyers, and workers. So, with every body, he kept his he was kept in touch. Okay, his contact was there with all these types of human being. Mahatma Gandhi spent his first year in India traveling throughout the country. So when he was came to India from the South Africa, first year only what he did, he only traveled throughout the country. Understanding the peoples, actually he wants to understand the people about known about the country. That's why he was travel the country and understanding the people, their needs, and overall situation. His earliest interventions were in local movements in Champaran, Kheda, and Ahmedabad, where he came into contact with Rajendra Prasad and Ballabh Bhai Patel. Okay. So what was his first movements? His first movements was local movements, and the local movements name was Champaran, Kheda, and Ahmedabad. Okay. And that time he met with Rajendra Prasad and Ballabh Bhai Patel. In Ahmedabad, he led a successful mill workers strike in 1918. So in 1918 he he called a strike, or he called a hartal, you can say, okay, with the mill workers, those who worked in a mill. They are known as mill workers. So with them he called us a strike, and it was successful. When? 1918. Where? In Ahmedabad. Let us now focus in some detail on the movement organized between 1919 and 1992. So, in 1919 and 1922, few movements were organized. So, now we came to know about this. First is the Rowlatt Satyagraha. In 1919, Gandhiji gave a call for Satyagraha against the Rowlatt Act that the British had just passed. So, 1919, British had just passed Rowlatt Act, and he gave a call Satyagraha movement against the Rowlatt Act. Okay. The act curbed fundamental rights such as the freedom of expression and strengthened police powers. The act curbed means reopen. Okay, so the act reopened the fundamental rights that we have rights to get it. Okay, fundamental rights every people can enjoy. Okay, so this is the right, our this is our means first right to get for the fundamental rights. So the act curbed fundamental rights such as the freedom of expression. That means we have to freedom of the expression, this is our right, and strengthen police powers. Mahatma Gandhi, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and others felt that the government had no right to restrict people's basic freedoms. Yes. So government or any powerful peoples, they have no right to restrict our freedoms, which we already got from the parliament. These are the fundamental rights, all type of fundamental rights. No one can restrict for the people. They criticized the act as devilish and tyrannical. What is the meaning of tyrannical? Tyrannical meaning is exercising the power in very cruel way. Okay, that means the cruelty is coming out from this act. That is the tyrannical. And devilish means, devil means Satan is okay. So devilish and or tyrannical. Gandhiji asked the Indian people, to observe 6 April 1919 as a day of non-violent opposition to this act. So 6 April 1990, this is very important days when non-violent opposition to this act as a day of humiliation and prayers. And hartal means strike, satyagraha sabhas were set up to launch the movement. The Rowlatt Satyagraha The Rowlatt Satyagraha turned out to be the first all India struggle against the British. This is also important line. The Rowlatt Satyagraha turned out to be the first all India struggle against the British government. Although it was largely restricted to cities. In April 1919, there were a number of demonstrations and hartals in the country, and the government used brutal measures to suppress them. Okay, so actually, in 1919, when there was a number of demonstrations and hartal, that means hartal, that time so many strikes or hartals was happened in the country, and government used to brutal mass measures to suppress them. That means government wanted to spoil that hartal. Okay. The Jallianwala Bagh atrocities inflicted by General Dyer in Amritsar on Baisakhi Day, 13th April. When it was happened, Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Baisakhi Day, 13th April. Okay. Were a part of this repression. On learning about the massacre, Rabindranath Tagore expressed the pain and anger of country by renouncing his knighthood. What is knighthood? Knighthood is an honor which granted by the British crown for exceptional personal achievement or public service. This is very much important, that what is knighthood. Okay. So now, during the Rowlatt Satyagraha, the participants tried to ensure that Hindus and Muslims were united in the fight against British rule. So, Rowlatt Satyagraha, this act actually ensures us or gives us it gives us surety that Hindus and Muslims, they both means they have together, and whatever movement they will face, they must be uh, jointly uh, fight with the Britishers. Okay. So this was also the call of Mahatma Gandhi, who always saw India as a land of all the people who lived in the country. Hindu, Muslims, and those of other religions. He was keen that Hindus and Muslims support each other in any just cause. So, in at any cost, he actually thought, Gandhiji thought that any cost, if the time will come, then Hindu and Muslim jointly support. They both support each other and fight against the Britishers. Okay. Next is Khilafat agitation and the non-cooperation movement. Khilafat agitation and movement is the same. Okay. The Khilafat issues was one such cause. In 1920, the British imposed a harsh treaty on the Turkish Sultan of Khalifa. People were furious about this as they had been about the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Also, Indian Muslims were keen that the Khalifa be allowed to retain control over Muslim scared places in the erstwhile Ottoman Empire. Okay, Ottoman is an empire name. Okay, the leaders of Khilafat agitation, who was the leader? Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. They both were the leaders of the Khilafat agitation. Now, wish to initiate a full-fledged non-cooperation movement. Gandhiji supported their call and urged the Congress to campaign against Punjab wrongs. What is the Punjab wrongs? The another name of Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, the Khilafat wrong and demand Swaraj. So what they demanded? Their demand was the Swaraj. That means independence. The non-cooperation movement gained movement through 1921 to 22. Thousands of students left government controlled school and colleges. Many lawyers, such as Motilal Nehru, C.R. Das, C. Rajgopalachari, and Asif Ali, gave up their practices. Okay, so when they asked for the Swaraj, that time these people they left their school, they left their colleges because it was made by the Britishers. That's why. And many lawyers they just gave up their practices. Okay, they left their job also. They who are the persons were Motilal Nehru, C.R. Das, C. Rajgopalachari, and Asaf Ali. They gave up their practices. British titles were surrendered and legislature boycott. So because they need the Swaraj, they need the independence. Okay, that's why. And that time they use totally Indian made things. Okay, they boycott the foreign things. So not only foreign things but also school, college, education, job, they also boycotted. People lead public bona fides of foreign clothes. Yes, they didn't use the foreign clothes also. The imports of the foreign cloth failed drastically between 1920 and 1922. But all this was merely the tip of the iceberg. Large parts of the country were on brink of a formidable revolt. The next part is people's initiative. So how people have taken the initiatives. In many cases, people resisted British rule non-violently. In others, different classes and groups, interpreting Gandhiji's call in their own manner, protested in ways that were not in accordance with his ideas. In either case, people linked their movements to local grievances. So those who were the local leaders, with them people linked with that movement. Let us look at a few examples. In Kheda, Gujarat, Patidar presents organized non-violent campaign. So who organized non-violent campaign? In Kheda, Gujarat, Patidar presents means those were the farmers. Okay, they organized actually non-violent campaigns against the high land revenue. Why they organized non-violent campaigns? Because they didn't provide the revenue whatever was demanded by the Britishers. They were actually demand very high revenue, high tax. So for that reason they not be able to give the high tax, and for that reason they called non-violent campaigns. In coastal Andhra and interior Tamil Nadu, liquor shops were picketed. What is the meaning of picketed? People protesting outside a building or shop to prevent others from entering. That means they didn't allow to enter that shop, liquor shop. Okay, so that is the picketed. In the Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh, tribals and poor peasants stacked a number of forest satyagrahas, sometimes sending their cattle into forests without paying grazing fee. Oh, so actually, see how there the time was. So the in the forest actually, okay, the cattle they went for grazing food. Grazing food means they ate they went to the forest for ate the grasses. Okay, so for that reason also Britishers that have taken the taxes from the farmers because their cattle ate the grasses. Can you imagine how much they were cruel, the Britishers? They were protesting because the colonial state had restricted their use of forest. And that means they have not a right to use the forest also. So that's why they have taken the taxes for them. Forest resources, that means in any type of forest resources also they not be able to used. Forest resources, that means any type of tree, fruits, flowers, or also grasses also, because the grasses grows on the forest field. That's why. So forest resources in the various ways, they believed that Gandhiji would get their taxes reduced and have the forest regulates abolished. In many forest villages, peasants proclaimed Swaraj. They asked, proclaimed means they asked for Swaraj, and believed that Gandhi Raj. That means they thought that this totally emperor, or this total country ruled by the Gandhiji. That's why they thought that it is the Gandhi Raj was about to be established. In Sindh, now in Pakistan. Where is Sindh? Sindh is in Pakistan. Muslim traders and peasants were very enthusiastic about the Khilafat call. In Bengal too, the Khilafat non-cooperation alliance gave enormous communal unity and strength to the national movement. In Punjab, the Akali agitation. This is another movement. Okay. Akali agitation of the Sikhs shout to remove corrupt Mahantas. Mahantas means religious functionaries of Sikh Gurdwaras. This is known as the Mahantas. Okay. So Akali agitation of the Sikh shout to remove corrupt Mahantas. That means Mahantas, which is religious functionaries of Sikh. Held on the Gurudwaras. It was also corrupted by the Britishers, supported by the British from their Gurudwaras. This movement got closely identified with the non-cooperation movement. In Assam, tea garden laborers shouting Gandhi Maharaj ki jai. So they have given the slogan. What slogan they have given? Gandhi Maharaj ki jai. They demanded a big increase in their wages. Wages means their salary. Okay. So they demanded their salary must be increases. They left the British owned plantation amidst declarations that they were following Gandhiji's wish. Interestingly, in the Assamese Vaishnava song of the period of reference to Krishna was substituted by Gandhi Raja. Okay, so they sang a song it was substituted by the Gandhi Raja. Next, the People's Mahatma. We can see from the above that sometimes people thought of Gandhiji as a kind of Mashiha. Do you know what is the Mashiha means? Mashiha means like an avatar. Okay. Mashiha means you can say that an example of Superman, superhero, Superman, Shaktiman, they are the Mashiha. That means when people felt any problem, certainly they came and they solved the problem. Okay, so that is the Mashiha, as someone who could help them overcome their misery and poverty. Gandhiji wished to build class unity, not class conflict. Yet, peasants could imagine that he would help them in their fight against jamindars, and agricultural laborers believed he would provide them land. At times, ordinary people credited Gandhiji with their our achievements. For instance, at the end of powerful movement, presence of Pratapgarh in United Provinces. Where is Pratapgarh? Now it is in Uttar Pradesh. Okay. managed to stop illegal eviction. What is illegal eviction? Forcibly and unlawful throwing out of tenants from the land they rent. Tenants means those who are the renters. Okay, those who means agree. Those who uh, set up those who stay in a rented house, or those who walked in a rented land, they are the tenants. Okay, so uh, in Uttar Pradesh they managed to stop illegal eviction. That means illegally, if they not be right, they have not right to forcibly and unlawfully throwing out to the from their lands. Okay, that is, but they felt it was Gandhiji who had owned this demand for them. At other times, using Gandhiji's name, tribals and peasants undertook actions that did not conform to Gandhian ideals. Okay, actually, that time they thought that Gandhiji was the ideal man of everybody's, and Gandhi Raj was ruled throughout the country, and they respected Gandhiji very much. Okay, next part is the happenings of 1922 to 1929. That means what was happened in this period. Mahatma Gandhi, as you know, was against violent movement. He abruptly called of the non-cooperation movement when in February 1922 a crowd of peasants, that means crowd means huge farmers, they gathered in a place, that's why it's called crowd. 1922 a crowd of peasants set fire to a police station. Wow, very good. So a group of peasants actually they set the fire where the police station were in Chauri Chowda. 22 policemen were killed on that day. They were actually very much angered on the Britishers. That's why they did in this type of they create this type of situation. The peasants were provoked because the police had fired on their peaceful domestic demonstration. Yes, so the police actually the responsible for this reason, because first they had fired on the prison's peaceful demonstrations. After that, the prisons taken the revenge and they set fire to a police station, and that incident 22 policemen were killed. Once the non-cooperation movement was over, Gandhiji's followers stressed that the Congress must undertake constructive work in the rural areas. Other leaders such as Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru argued that the party should fight elections to the councils and enter them in order to influence government policies. Through sincere social work in villages in the mid 1920s, the Gandhians were able to extend their support base. So they wanted that Gandhian should be extend. Okay, that means Gandhi Raj should be extend. This proved to be very useful in launching the civil disobedience movements in 1930. 1930 civil disobedience movement was launched. Two important developments of mid 1920s were the formation of Rashtriya Swamak Sevak Sangha, RSS, a Hindu organization, and the Communist Party of India. So these were the developments of 1920s. Okay, this party have held very different ideas about the kind of country India should be. Find out about their ideas with the help of your teacher. Okay, So the revolutionary nationalist Bhagat Singh, who was Bhagat Singh? Revolutionary nationalist. Bhagat Singh too was active in this period. The decade closer with the Congress resolving to fight for Purna Swaraj. Purna Swaraj means complete independence. They not need half Swaraj. They need the complete independence. In 1929, under the presidentship of Jawaharlal Nehru, consequently, Independence Day was observed on 26 January 1930 all over the country. Okay. So today up to this next day I will start the march to Dandi. This chapter is too much long. Okay. So there are so many parts still now. The march to Dandi, then quit India later. After this chapter will be completed. Okay, so today up to this, next I have class Monday I will try to complete the chapter. Okay, in a gist form I will try to complete this chapter. After that I will give the exercise question answer. I will discuss question exercise question answer the YouTube channel, but I will share you the extra question answer on the Google Classroom. Okay, so you just keep reading from your textbook. Okay, which chapter will come in the final? Whatever I am discussing with you, this chapter will come. Thank you.